Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Solid Rock Brewing. This is their Trinity, which is a vanilla milk stout. And this is coming in, I think it's like 5. It's got 5.0% alcohol, 28 IBUs on this one. As far as dating, I don't see anything on the label. We'll look a little closer and see if there's anything on the bottle. I've had this one for a while. Brandon C. down in Texas sent me this, and these guys are out of Texas. It says unfiltered, unpasteurized on here, and they're out of Spicewood, Texas. And like I said, I don't see anything on the label. There may be something written in ink or something on the bottle. It is sweating profusely, so we'll take a closer look when I come back and see if there's anything written. Sound like the yappers are out. Beer Advocate has it listed at 5.40%, which is incorrect for this particular edition. And Untapped has it at 5 at 28 IBUs. So Untapped has correct information on this. We don't use rate beer anymore, guys. Let's see what this brings to the table. As far as commercial description, I do not have one since we're not using rate beer, and they were famous for doing that. So our loss, I guess, but we're not going to support those guys any longer. So let's get the top off of it and see what this brings to the table. Oh my God. Super big hiss. I'm surprised this is not exploding out of the bottle. Way overcarbonated as far as the hiss. I'm going to pour this very gently, guys. Wow, that was a monster hiss. So, very careful. Yeah, this is a little too overcarbonated, but I've had it a while. It says here, general chocolate dessert. Look at that head it's pouring. I'm pouring it as gently as I possibly can. Way overcarbonated, guys. And this has been in the fridge the whole time. Look at that. And it's still growing out of the top of the glass. Overcarbonated. Severely overcarbonated. And kind of figured that once I heard the hiss. And it's still growing. That's sad. That is sad. It is still growing. Well, right off the bat, we already know. With that super big hiss from the bottle, I'm surprised it didn't gush out all over the place. But once you started pouring it, you see what's happening. It's just going crazy. So, they're automatically going to get a point for that. I've already had it to my lips. I've got a bunch of foam in my lips. I'm getting roasted malt. I'm getting hints of bittersweet chocolate and some cocoa. It does have a pleasant taste, but you shouldn't have to experience this, guys. They've got a problem there. Either the beer wasn't completely fermented out before they bottled it. It is unfiltered, unpasteurized, but it evidently was still working in the bottle, even though it's been in the fridge. We should stop that. Evidently from the time it was bottled and then went to distribution, and Brandon picked it up and he sent it to me, and then I put it in the fridge. it had a chance to work and keep carbonating and keep working. So I don't think it was completely finished fermenting when they bottled it, guys. That's just my opinion. I don't know if I can even get a taste of it or not. Glassware, pint Beckernotic, tumbler mug, Stein Seidel. I'm using my favorite tulip glass, and they're not recommended for extended celery since it's a 5%er. It did have a pleasant taste, I will say that, but it's way overcarbonated. So let me see if I can. It's not growing out of the glass, so maybe I can get a sip of it now. Very creamy on top. Great big, super big bubbles on the side of the glass. So, and then it's pitch black. I don't see any light coming through it. Let's taste it. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Brandon. Very pleasant. It is a pleasant beer. I wouldn't think it's anything super outstanding. And they're saying it's a milk stout, so they use lactose in the brewing process. Like I said, I'm getting rich roasted malt. Hints of bittersweet chocolate, cocoa, maybe even a little bit of brown sugar or molasses. Other than the carbonation, seems to be a pleasant beer. So, a slight hint of some metallic taste, but usually that'll go away as it warms up a little bit. So let's do that. Let's let it warm up. I'm going to take this over to the sink and pour it over the sink in case it goes crazy again. And we'll step on it for a little bit and come back and see where it ends up. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Way overcarbonated, but it is what it is. A nice roasted, burnt malt on this. Hints of bittersweet chocolate. Not getting a lot of vanilla on it. It is semi-sweet from the lactose they've used in it. Kind of average in my opinion. There's nothing standing out to make it impressive. It is a low ABV stout. So if you want something in a darker beer that's not going to knock you down, this may be a good candidate for that. It does have a very nice aroma. Mouthfeel is very thin. It's 5%, so that's more than likely the reason. A lot of sediment in the bottom of the bottle and a lot of sediment in the bottom of the glass. Not overly impressed. Brandon, I do appreciate you sending it to me, but final chug. B beer in a B- bottle because of the carbonation. And I told you I would look for a date. I don't see anything on the bottle telling us that. No kind of dating that I can see with my old eyes. So, another reason it should have a vintage or at least a bottled on date when it's a 5%er. So, it is what it is. B- for me, guys. Numeric rating 82. Let's run over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate has it, hey, 82. We're in agreement. Over to Untappd, they have it at 3.5, which is in their B range. So, if it hadn't been so overcarbonated and had some kind of vintage or dating on it, I would have probably went to the B too. But since it doesn't have either, yeah, B-. That's where I'm going to put it. So if you've had this one from Solid Rock Brewing, their Trinity Vanilla Milk Stout, let me know what you think, guys. Come on back tomorrow. Let's go see what's in the fridge.